Friday, April 24th, 2026. Hello, I am John Michael Chambers, and this is your War Report. I ask you to listen with love, as where we go one, we go all. The following report was provided in part by Guardian Daniel R. Q, the greatest open source military intelligence operation of our time. Q, why this is the most powerful force on the planet. Q is not a company. Q is not an organization. Q is not a business. Q is not a club. Q is not a social hub. Q is not a gang. Q is not a website. Q is not a store, a property. Q is not a pop-up shop. Q is not a political party. This is why it is the most formidable force on the planet. It's shapeless. It's formless. Hats and t-shirts are a fashion choice. The mentality has no location or favored source of influence. Podcast brothers. Q is not a hierarchy with officers, bylaws, or membership cards. Q is not a centralized command structure that can be decapitated, infiltrated, or bought off with titles and payoffs. Q is not an ideology that can be neatly boxed, branded, or co-opted by think tanks, NGOs, or legacy media narrative engineers. Q is not a donor class, a super PAC, or a lobbying firm that folds when the money spigot closes. Q is not a church, a cult, nor a secret society bound by oaths, rituals, or bloodline covenants that can be exposed and dismantled through scandal. Q is not a database of names and addresses that can be doxed, debanked, or targeted with selective prosecution. Q is not a physical territory or safe zone that can be cordoned off, occupied, or starved by supply line controls. Q is not a brand that can be trademarked, diluted, or counterfeited into irrelevance by corporate capture. Q is not a demographic slice that pollsters or intelligence analysts can reliably model and manipulate with targeted psyops. Q is not a generational cohort or identity group that ages out, fractures along class lines, or succumbs to cultural reprogramming in schools and in universities. Q is a raw, decentralized alignment of sovereign wills that converged around a single non-negotiable recognition. It has no headquarters, no official roster, no dues, no chain of command, and no single throat to choke. It cannot be dismantled through conventional means. Cut off one visible node or rally, a podcast host, a social media account, a pardoned voice, and the energy simply reroutes through 10,000 untraceable channels. Ban the hat and the sentiment migrates to bumper stickers, truck decals, whispered conversations at barbecues, church basements, factory floors, and family dinner tables. Attempt to infiltrate it, and the formless nature exposes the infiltrator faster than any vetting process because loyalty is proven through results and pattern recognition, not membership badges. This shapelessness is why it terrifies the machine. Every previous opposition, forced labor unions, civil rights organizations, religious movements, even revolutionary cells eventually developed bureaucracy, leaders who could be compromised, assets that could be seized, and narratives that could be subverted. Q refuses that trap. It is an immune response of the body politic, distributed, adaptive, and triggered by repeated violations of basic sovereignty. Hats and shirts are incidental fashion. The real force is the shared rejection of being governed by people openly despise the governed, people who openly despise the government. Q is an uncompromising force of reckoning. Make no mistake about that. Join Captain Rob Cunningham and I, mark your calendars, April 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern for the Patriot Q&A Power Hour in our private Zoom room. Learn about how to attend that by visiting jmcbroadcasting.com. Click on Premium Portal and come join us on April 30th. Now, the Global Financial Reset is happening right now. Free educational modules are there for you at wealthcoachuniversity.com. Buy gold, buy silver, buy now by calling my resource, Bill Armour, at 310-407-0239. And the dawning of the golden age is rapidly approaching. Follow my military intelligence and economic reporting, lean and mean. Subscribe for free at jmcbroadcasting.com.
The global financial reset is happening right now. The opportunities through this transition remain for some time to come. Don't miss this unprecedented moment in history. But caution, identify the dangers through this transition and prevent fatal mistakes by being ill-advised or uninformed. Schedule your private wealth coach consult with John Michael Chambers on a Zoom screen meeting. The ability to meet with JMC is very limited. Learn more by visiting wealthcoachuniversity.com. Once prepared, schedule your consult with JMC. It's time to seize the opportunities and to goots. Yes, goots. Get out of the system. QFS, stablecoin, the US dollar, gold and silver, Fed IRS changes, income needs. Your personal situation will be addressed. It's time. This is a wealth coach consulting appointment for those with questions and/or assets to protect. John is not a financial advisor and does not give specific investment advice, nor does he sell any investments, insurance, or precious metals. Gain private access to John and his resource network. Schedule your consult today. wealthcoachuniversity.com.